et juven m'apaille, que vos amics es lo plus gais, perché ei sui cunet e gaia. E poesie si verai, bestan che me sia veras.
Come closer. Fear not. Why have you come to my 1,000-year-old tomb? In truth, my world was not so different from yours. Deep in their hearts, humans resemble each other, and that will not change anytime soon. Dreams are sometimes more telling than historical facts. The greatest dream of my time was the ideal of chivalry. To be a knight is to offer the very best of yourself, day after day, inspired by 4 virtues: love, prowess, largesse, and loyalty. Come closer now and look at this book. You will live the greatest adventure that the men and women of my time ever told, that of King Arthur and his round table. Hector, Kay, and Arthur arrived in London after a long journey. The herald goes to announce the second day of the tournament.
Uther hiking all this day is for you, slain by Saxons, oh so brave and so true. Victors, you will pull the sword as your due. Man from all this land so wide, now do stand here side by side. Oh, what gallantry and pride! How the hardy men did shine by the valor and the ardor yesterday! But the boldest of them all, the King of Orkney, was the victor in the fray. Oh, the blood and agony, the fearful cries when ladies saw the helmets play. All eyes were on King Lot. He seized the sword in stone, but it refused to give. He will not have the throne, for it is worthiness, not strength, that must be shown.
Our knights respectfully salute the man dressed in Uther Pendragon's colours. Greetings, sires, and welcome to London, he exclaims. I am Elias, herald of this city. It is a pleasure to see you at this illustrious tournament, he says cheerfully. By the way, Sir Hector and Sir Kay, you are fighting in the main event later today. When High King Uther died, Merlin, a very wise enchanter indeed, put a sword into the stone in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. Whoever manages to remove it will be Uther's successor. And that is the reason for this tournament. Every knight who wins the day's events earns a turn at trying to pull out the sword. Sir Kay and Sir Ector must fight Sir Aguisance and Sir Meliant of Lys on horseback. They are formidable opponents. Aguisance is the vassal of King Lot, who was the victor yesterday on the first day of the tournament. Like his sovereign, Aguisance is an outstanding fighter. He's known to be feisty and insolent. Meliant, meanwhile, is a promising young knight. He has great strength, yet he's contemptuous and immature. King Lot of Orkney is powerful and fearsome, both on the battlefield and at court. He grips his allies' hearts with fear and sows terror among his enemies. He must surely be coming to terms with his failure to remove the sword from the stone. Before our hero turns away, Elias says a knight is waiting for Sir Ector farther down the road. When Ulfius spots our heroes, he exclaims with earnest joy, "Here is my dear old Ector! Ah, dear friend, how happy I am to see you. These must be your sons, Kay and Arthur." Ulfius is delighted. What a long time it has been, good old Ector. Let's have a friendly duel on foot, just you and me, to see which of us has the oldest bones. He shows his former companion the blunt weapons they'd be using, but only to the first touché, he adds. Ector and Ulfius prepare for the battle, both quite excited to fight each other once again. once decide to call it quits. At this rate, they won't last long, Ulfius laughs. Hector catches his breath, then thanks his friend for the fight. The old knight is in good condition, but in any case, he will never stop fighting. It is out of the question. He dreams of a glorious death on the battlefield. Indeed, it is a great tournament, bustling with activity. Knights from all over the kingdom have come here to face off and take their chances at winning. Ulfius does not much care for King Lot. He thinks Lot will be quick to sow discord if someone other than he pulls the sword from the stone and becomes High King of Britain. The old warrior would certainly like to have a go at it, but he's far less enthusiastic about becoming High King of Britain. Whoever takes over Uther's throne will have many an enemy. Kay and Hector could persuade the herald to give them a flattering introduction before their battle in the lists. This would make quite an effect and give them a certain advantage. On the other hand, adds old Ulfius with a laugh, it would be wise to have a few pennies in your pocket to be more persuasive. The knight holds back our heroes a moment. I saw a tearful young woman in London, Ulfius says. If you help her, she'll be delighted to choose one of you as her champion. There's nothing like the prospect of winning a lady's favor to strengthen one's courage. When he hears this, Kay sneers. He does not need a lady to be brave. Ulfius starts laughing. Hector rolls his eyes and then thanks his friend. Nothing can be done over there. Kay and Hector have come to take part in the tournament being held inside the city walls. This oak tree's boughs reach high into the sky. The broad trunk has a solid wooden door. Someone lives here. A dead yew tree, stripped of its needles, looms ominously. It is the hanging tree of London. A mangy stray dog tirelessly scratches at the ground. A rope lies discarded at the foot of the yew tree. An executioner must have overlooked it and left it behind. A rope. Arthur notices a curious plant, the mere sight of which sends shivers down his spine. The dog pays no attention to our hero. So busy is he scratching and clawing at the ground. He must be looking for a long-forgotten bone from a hanged man. Elias is delighted to see our hero again. Hector stops his son. Is he really going to attempt to corrupt the herald? Though it is tempting, he knows such a dishonorable act comes with consequences. Smiling wryly, the herald keeps silent. Seeing him Two knights play chess in the shelter of a pavilion. The game seems to drag on and on. An elderly knight greets our hero cheerfully. Dressed in gules and silver crosses, the man says his name is Baldwin. Baldwin is a very pious knight. The knight would be lying if he said he was not dying to try it too. He may not have won the day before, but he hopes to make up for it today or tomorrow. Baldwin laughs and says he certainly would never speak ill of King Lot. The knight wishes our hero Amazed, our knights pass the majestic gate to London, the largest town in all of Britain. Behind a stall selling rare and precious fabrics, a bronze-skinned merchant with a broad smile greets our knight. The merchant, named Basil, sells the most beautiful and fine products. The man first shows muslin and camlet, and then various silk fabrics, alpine, pale, cycloton, osterine, sandal, samite, and more. Though the names are too many for our hero to remember, he's dazzled by the fabric's colors, textures, and sheen. Basil is delighted to be selling his wares in London. The tournament brings people from all over the country, and this is very good for business. He misses Constantinople, of course, but Britain is an enchanting land. Basil hopes our knight will come back to his shop before the end of the tournament. Two young people, a noble damsel and a gallant knight, hold hands, oblivious to the world around them. Their eyes glow with passion. As if awakened from a dream, the damsel and the knight slowly greet our heroes. The damsel's name is Carenza, and the knight is Milliant of Liss. Since meeting this brave and handsome knight, the young lady has never been happier. Milliant is so strong. No competitor should dare claim they will win the tournament, she says joyfully. He is the happiest man on earth, he says, and his beloved is the ravishing Carenza. Furthermore, he cannot wait to snatch victory from Hector and Kay. No offense, he says confidently, but you are no match for me. In a voice full of admiration, the young woman declares that her sweetheart Milliant is already a champion. Hearing this, the knight puffs out his chest. Carenza boasts of the strength and depth of her love for Milliant. She then recounts their first meeting by the fountain in London's wealthy district. Our hero sees it's hard to stop her once she gets started on this topic. Carenza is a blessing. He would do anything for her. Plus, she whets his appetite for victory and glory. The young lady is all too eager for Milliant to withdraw the sword and be crowned High King of Britain. She's already imagining herself queen of this land. Milliant thinks he has a good chance of pulling the sword from the stone. He is young, strong, courageous, and handsome too. He thinks Britain would have much to gain if he became High King. While Milliant mumbles goodbye to our hero, Carenza has already forgotten our knight. So focused is she on her beloved. Our hero spots a very young lady sobbing her heart out. The sleeves of her pretty blue dress have been torn off. Kay laughs at her, but Arthur says nothing. In the end, it is Hector who comforts the girl. Her eyes full of tears, she says, "Sire, I am so ashamed for you to see me in such a state. My name is Neris, and from now on, I will also be known as the damsel with the short sleeves." It is the fault of her older sister, Carenza, who tore off her sleeves. She could not stand it when I made the teeniest criticism of her bow, the so-called proud and magnificent Milliant of Liss, says the damsel, grimacing. Neris and her sister, Carenza, have come with their father, Sir Thibaut of Tintagel, who is now resting from yesterday's duels. Young lady with the short sleeves will not soon forget how her sister has wronged she'll gladly accept Hector as her champion if he can find her precious sleeves. The young lady smiles. If Sir Hector could, she would be truly delighted, and her heart would be soothed. The odious girl is only interested in Meliant, as if he were the best knight in the world, which is far from the case, she adds, wrinkling her nose. All the knights are going crazy over this sword. Whoever pulls it out will be the most powerful man in Britain. The damsel invites our hero to come and talk with her whenever he likes. Two guards block the path. "Halt there," says one with authority. "No one may go further." Their stern, unsympathetic faces show that they do not feel like chatting. Our knight looks for the sleeves of the younger lady, and he finds them at the bottom of the pool, but they are in terrible condition. What a lovely fountain in the middle of the square. The gentle splashing of the water adds life to the scene. What a lovely fountain. The young people hardly notice that our knight has come back to see them. While Millie... The Byzantine merchant is delighted to see our hero, whom, once again, he greets eloquently. The merchant examines the two pieces of fabric with a vexed look. "Sire," he says, "what happened to such beautiful sleeves? But fine, I will take care of them. It will cost you nothing, only 60 pennies. Hands on hips, the merchant hears our hero out before answering with his own arguments. And then, before our knight has said another word, Basil accepts. The merchant works fast and well. He repairs the loose seams and swiftly cleans the sleeves before drying them over the fire. They are now in incredible condition and look like new. Basil hopes our knight will come back to his shop before the end of the tournament. Neris, still sorrowful, welcomes our hero once again, but with a faint look of hope. The young girl wipes tears from her eyes. What joy the sight of these immaculate sleeves brings her! To spite her sister and to show her gratitude to Hector, Neris happily agrees to let Hector be her champion. Hector laughs kindly. She's far too young to be his beloved. Yet he is a courteous man, so he willingly agrees to defend the damsel's honor. And so she entrusts him with one of her precious sleeves. The damsel invites our hero to come and talk with her whenever he likes. Elias waits for our knight's signal to announce the next battle. Aguisance and Milliant also stand ready to face off against Hector and Kay. Emphatically and poetically, the herald proclaims how Aguisance has accomplished such fine feats thanks to his ardor and daring. He also introduces Milliant of Lys, whose strength is well proven. Then it is Hector and Kay's turn. Though Elias praises the experience of the first and the ardor of the second, our knights feel he could have presented them better. Now, let the duel begin. Alas, Arthur lost Kay's sword. Kay spitefully accuses his brother of being a bad squire. It's impossible for him to fight without his trusted sword. So now, here he is, stuck on the sidelines. Fortunately, Orpheus arrives to fight alongside Hector. sides, our knights nevertheless fought with fabulous power and speed. How beautiful to see such a duel! Unsurprisingly, the younger knights defeated the older warriors. Elias proclaims Milliant and Aguaisance victorious. Kay will have one last chance to shine. The next tournament will pit Kay and Baldwin against Urien and Brastias. But for now, those who have just fought should go and rest. Kay, red with rage, orders his brother to find him a sword, and fast. Feeling ashamed, Arthur only has himself to rely on. Baldwin smiles broadly as our hero arrives. Baldwin is very sorry for him. After a few words of encouragement, he tells Arthur that there is an old man outside the city who might be able to help him. The knight wishes our hero good day. A knight with an impressive head of blonde hair notices our hero signaling that he would like to have a word. The knight greets him. This man, dressed in azure and gold, is called Urien. Urien is King of Gore and King Lot's rival. I am married to the most fierce woman in all of Britain. For that reason alone, I will make the best High King this land has ever known. He laughs. Urien was delighted yesterday to see Lot fail to pull the sword from the stone. But Lot must not be underestimated, as he is a warrior and a leader. It is said that this sword just appeared one fine morning. In his opinion, there is enchantment about it all. But regardless, the knight is determined to try his hand and to succeed. Urien snorts mockingly. Losing your nice sword? Ha! Now I have heard it all. Furthermore, he adds, he's not one to lend things, especially not his sword. The King of Gore pays no further attention to our hero. The triumphant damsel leaps for joy. Hector really put up a good fight. His victory has fully restored her honor. Now my sister can cry in shame, she exclaimed. Carenza must be at her beloved's bedside, tending his wounds and his self-esteem. Nere's tinkling laugh rises softly. Neris opens her eyes wide. She has no idea. The damsel invites our hero to come and talk with her whenever he likes. Elias is delighted to see our hero again. He asks how he can help. Elias replies dryly that a good squire would never lose his knight's sword. Seeing him head off, Elias asks that he's available if our hero has more questions. This knight, lost in thought, does not react when Arthur greets him. Arthur is unable to rouse this blonde knight dressed in gules and gold from his torpor. The outcome of the last fight seems to have plunged him into deep dismay. A king with emaciated, almost razor-sharp features awaits the next stage of the face-off. He does not even deign to look at our hero. A knight, as strong as an ox and as broadly built, silently awaits the next fight. Nevertheless, he greets our hero. The man's name is Brastias. He admits he's not much for conversation. Brastias does not know what to say, so he does not reply. Not a big talker, Brastias shares only that he was captain of the royal guard before King Uther Pendragon died. King Lot's reputation already speaks for itself, he sneers. He has nothing else to add. The night remains. The two guards stop our hero again. He may not pass. Beyond the palisade on the outskirts of London, a moor grows full of wild weeds, and the ancient Roman road runs through it. Arthur knocks, and the door opens. He climbs a long staircase, spiraling up into the darkness of the trunk. The inside of the oak tree looks more like a nest than a home. There are natural elements all around: stones, painted or engraved driftwood, mistletoe over the hearth, and above all, a prodigious quantity of feathers. An old, sickly-looking man with a humped back greets our hero in a weak voice. He's peeling lopsided, yellowish tubers. "Welcome to my esprit-moi, young squire," says the old man in a hoarse but warm voice. "My name is Lenorm." Lenorm sighs and replies plaintively that his back hurts so much and he has so much rheumatism. Oh, indeed, every day is an ordeal. He does not think he will be around much longer. The old man smiles and says, "It's an extremely precious tuber. I brought it back from a long voyage across the sea. It looks like an apple, but it grows underground. I had the idea this morning to try frying them." Lenorm will help Arthur, provided the young man can find him some mandrake root. The old man needs the plant's juice to treat his aching back. He also warns our hero. The mandrake will howl and curse the person who pulls it out of the ground. It is said that, rather than doing it yourself, you can make an animal pull it out. This plant has human-shaped roots and is male or female. It is born from the seed of the hanged. It is used as an aphrodisiac, an antivenom, and a painkiller. Arthur says goodbye, but when the old man says, Arthur repeats his words of farewell. The dog pays no attention to our hero, so busy. The dog pays no attention. This rope will be perfect. Using the rope, Arthur approaches the dog, who starts to growl. With firm, stern words, Arthur coaxes the dog into letting him approach. Our hero slips the rope around its neck and ties the other end to the mandrake. He whistles, and the dog runs off at full speed, pulling out the magic plant, which screams a terrible curse at the dog that runs away as if the devil himself were on his heels. Arthur retrieves the mandrake that has finally stopped squealing. Lenormand nods to Arthur as the esprimoire door closes. The old man is delighted. To thank our hero, he gives him a grimoire and a purse full of pebbles. Use the inscription inside to enchant the purse, says Lenormand kindly. With a wink, he adds that there is indeed a sword along the way, beyond the 2 guards posted in front of the stone enclosure inside London.